effects of what powers we may be up against, but that I can actually get to after addressing where, in fact, are the ruins. So that actually worked out just fine.
Well, perfect.
Oh, hi, Darth Yoda. Good to see you in here, too.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't know you were a Twitch Prime member. You've got the spiffy crown Twitch Prime badge next to your chat name there. And that is another thing I should also probably talk about. Chat badges! Ladies and gentlemen, since I am a Twitch affiliate, if you go to my channel page and you cheer for me in the chat, it's this little diamond shape icon right next to the emoji selector in the chat box. You can acquire bits, and depending on how many bits you cheer with, you will get a chat badge. And the different tiers of chat badge get spiffier with the more bits that you cheer me with, and that goes to supporting me. I get 1 US cent per bit that you cheer with. Right now I have $1 from Brahm. Brahm is one of my MVP viewers and teammates when it comes to when it comes to viewing everything, but when it comes to Overwatch, definitely MVP teammate right there. So if you want to cheer for me and if you want a spiffy bragging rights chat badge, go for it.
Ranya's really nice. She deserves it.
Oh gosh, now I'm blushing. Thank you so much, Illy. You're so sweet.
Of course. I know it's been a struggle with you with your hands and everything, so...
Yeah, my chiropractor even congratulated me on that, on getting my Twitch affiliate invitation, and even on my first stream back at it since starting chiropractic treatment, I got play of the game. That first stream in Overwatch, it was extremely encouraging. I did not expect that to happen.
Congratulations. I know I'm horrible at FPS games, but you know, the fact you got to play the game, even with, you know, how your hands are, just means you're only going to get better as they heal.
Yeah, definitely. It's very encouraging. So yeah, I've heard from you and pretty much from everyone we hang with that after a month of dedication, even through the pain, that I did what it took to definitely earn that.
Yeah, and you've been doing a really, really good job. I mean, at least staying positive. You just have to go with the flow, just like RP, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ups and downs.
Yep, you do what you can with what comes your way. Let's see here. Does that fit with anything you may recall? I almost put down something that would be Alliance specific. Bad Aranya.
Do you do a lot of playing on Alliance side?
No, actually. I used to play...
Where did that come from?
I used to play a ton of Alliance, like, years ago. I very much enjoyed playing Hunter as a night elf for a while. And then Alliance just bored me after I got out of Darkshore. Just wasn't
Fair
fun.
enough.
Yeah, it just wasn't fun anymore. And then the Worgen came along, and I just love Worgen to death. Everything about them. Werewolves in Warcraft.
Yeah, Worgen are one of the coolest races. I think when Kata came out in the trailer, me and Ledwin have always been hardcore Horde people. But when we saw Worgens, we're like, oh, why didn't they come to Horde? It wouldn't make sense, but I mean, we like them.
Yeah, we'd love them. They'd be our big, fluffy, ferocious things, you know. Let us love you. No, you have orcs. But we're elves. We, fought with you in the Second War before you put up the wall. Buddies? No.
That and the whole Forsaken thing, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Forsaken thing is a big nope.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those, like, sorry.
It's like, yeah, you're allies with this, this person who just brought down our whole kingdom and made us have to flee. Sorry, no. Ditch her, we may consider it. Since she, just became our war chief, that doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Yeah. That was an interesting turn of events, too. I don't know what Blizzard's thinking, but they're like, nobody likes Zul'jin, huh? Let's just go with Sylvanas, alright.
Yeah. Yeah, I've said it before. Sylvanas has done a lot of terrible things that you can't even defend her on morally or ethically, but when it comes to doing what's good for the whole of the Horde, she steps up. Gotta give her props for at least that.
Well, she really, really defends her people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's her biggest thing. And in case of making the whole Horde her people, you'll find the same fierce loyalty, but to what ends? And that's the hardest thing to think about.
Oh, yeah. So, what Aranya just did here was Ilyea had asked if she could recall anything resembling an orange kind of coastline. So, what she does is she ponders aloud, looking off to the side and thinking aloud. I've seen many coastlines, the white of Tanaris and Old Doom, the red of Duratar, but orange. And she finally says, Ajara. Ajara is russet with grasses and trees that are never green, whatever the sun and shade. So she kind of just came to that aha moment of where the ruins must be.
I wasn't sure when you were done, so I had it typed up.
Aha! And that is another thing in roleplay, because sometimes some things are just perfect, so you're just waiting with your finger on the button to put that in the chat, and it all just goes boom! And everyone loves it.
Exactly. And Ilyea has the large sigh, saying, that makes more sense than anything else. You can check there, and if it doesn't work out, you can always use the drowning pearl of death and try to find somewhere else. Ilyea. Always the optimist.
Yes, and that snark is totally okay in RP. You don't have, it doesn't matter what you've seen or heard from some real life roleplay meetups. It's not all about the these and thous and being all serious and heroic all the time. No, you can absolutely be snarky and funny and have your vices and your derpy moments. It's great. Just makes it all the more fun.
Exactly. I mean, Ilyea is she can be serious, but she fits into a lot of different scenarios, and she's one to snark, so this fit perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and don't be fooled by how much more quote-unquote stable Aranya can appear to be. These two are peas in a pod when it comes to making trouble and havoc.
It's just that Aranya seems to do it better and get away with more.
She does. She gets away with it.
Ilyea can kind of get away with it only because with the Scions, there's a lot of people doing worse stuff than her, so she kind of just covers it up. But yeah, she totally gets called on it all the time. Pisses her off.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely a major difference when it comes to the particular brands of chaos they like to cause. Aranya tends to get away with a lot of stuff. She handles it in such a way that you can't really call her out on it, or if you do, she'll just smirk and go, yeah, so? Whereas Ilyea, it's like, go to your room.
I know, that's what's led me most of the time, but you know, some of the worst stuff she's done, she has gotten away with on pure chance.
Yeah.
So that's always fun.
Yeah, I've actually read a couple instances of that. Can't recall, can't name off specific ones from the top of my head, but yeah, I know what you mean. Read it on Tumblr.
Oh yeah. She didn't get in trouble for a few of those, so that's always good.
Look at us, two troublemakers in the tavern. Okay. Okay, now we're going to come to that one emote that I kind of backpedaled on a bit, but which now will fit in here. Now, because of the title sort of tie-in to N'Zoth and the depths and the Naga, Aranya's posing a pretty valid concern, I think, of do we, move in at high tide or low tide? Do you think there's going to be maybe more advantage on our side if it's high tide and everyone's, there and about, or low tide, and maybe they'll have, lower power?
Ilyea does not see anything with this. She just says, like, low tide. Of course, I don't want to drown. What the hell are you talking about?
To which Aranya grins and chuckles, both in-game and behind the screen. And that happens plenty of times too. You'll laugh behind the screen, or you'll chuckle, or you'll think something behind the screen, and you'll think, yeah, my character thinks this too, or would react this way too, and so you'll just type in an emote and boom, there it is, reaction.
See, I got the more subtleties, but Ilyea just got done channeling Drowning Pearl Death. She doesn't want that to happen, so she's like, yeah, whatever negates that horrible thing I just felt, please.
Yep. And there too is another difference between the in character and out of character, because Ilyea the player, she got it, but Ilyea the character is just like, this thing, low tide. Yep.